round. Top 16 continues in 3, 2, 1.
Tetris! All right, we got the crowds gathering right now. We know it's a top 16. Look around this room right now. We're doing our regional. Everybody is just lining up right now. We got the signs up right now, too, cheering on our players. We got the Rhubarb fan club right behind right there. Go Rhubarb. This sign is so cool. I love this about live events. Everybody, even the players that aren't participating or maybe participated in earlier rounds, they just bring so much infectious energy and just cheering to this. It really feels like an actual true esports sporting event.
Yeah, it really is. And that's what it's about. Like we were talking about earlier, you know, just having the players that you are a fan of, that you are personally rooting for, right? It's, you know, yeah, it's part of the experience. Yeah.
No, and that's what makes an esport. I mean, players treating it like it's an actual sport on a huge stage, just like football or basketball or soccer. Just seeing everybody just get the energy flowing and just feel like they're all in the arena and everybody's a part of it with the commentary we got and with the players making crazy moves and making reactions. That's exactly what we want here in this community.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, so of course we are at the bottom. I've just got to give everybody an idea of where we're at here for those who may have just been getting here from the monthly Tetris raid, right? We do have a couple more top 16 matchups to go after this. We are at the back half of the top 16s. We have these two matchups, and then later on you're going to get Fractal and Hydrant Dude alongside Dog and Huff. So that's still a lot of high-octane action to go here.
Yeah, Huff actually, I believe, won the first two regionals that we did here in 2021 and 2022.
Yeah. Yeah, he sure did. Yeah, he was looking unbeatable for a while there.
Yeah, one of my favorite moments ever as a commentator in this community was when I led a Huff's Got the Stuff chant that everybody just went in for probably like a whole minute.
Yeah, that was fun. I don't know that he was into it so much, but
seemed to be into it the next year I did it.
Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah, he seemed a little embarrassed, right? But that's all right.
No, but it's a memory I'm always going to hold dear to my heart as I got more deeper into commentating, got to know more people in the community. Okay, everybody looking pretty solid right now. Pretty neck and neck between Tristop and Rhubarb on the bottom. Wallbant and iBall. iBall is up right now by about 60,000 points and clean. And a little bit of a tuck right there, followed by another Tetris for Wallbant. Wallbant actually got two Tetrises back really quick there, so we're back to roughly about neck and neck. Definitely what we want to see in the early goings of these two sets.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no real major complications, just calm, cool, collected.
Look at that delayed burn of that bar that we saw from Wallbant there.
Yeah, that board's looking a little wonky here. You know, you can see he was probably hoping for the T-piece that just still has yet to show up, so it's probably the right call not waiting around for that. He's at 265, 322 the score for iBall, so it's about a 2.5, 3 Tetris lead for him. You know, at the bottom, it is Rhubarb with the 75,000 point advantage, 307 to 232. So they are cruising along here as we're about halfway to the transition.
Bottom row, 74,000 point lead now. Rhubarb scored a little bit more. Gets another Tetris, 97,000 point lead. Tristop does end up getting that Tetris back. Nobody's in any kind of real serious dig situation here. But nevertheless, one important thing that you have to know whenever you play at these speeds for these players is, despite the fact that it's slower than the higher speeds, efficiency still plays a factor because there is a cap in this event. Level 39, all players have to play a double kill screen, which is effectively impossible to play for more than a handful of lines. So every little bit of score helps, even on these speed. You can't just hope to survive. You fall behind too much, you might not have enough room to catch up. So strategy does play a factor even on these speeds.
Yeah, and certainly, you know, and even you mentioned, you know, the super kill screen, able to maybe get a handful of lines. And really, that only happens if you're Alex T. Really, if we're being honest here, you know, and he's not even here. So.
But we know Alex T is not human.
Well,
we knew that
true.
for a while.
Yeah, he's just he's just an AI. That's what he is. That's an AI with a a stone cold villain personality, right?
Yeah, Stack Rabbit in human form.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, I mean, he did take a game off of Stack Rabbit back at a friendly super show a couple years back.
Which tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, look at this. Right now, iBall's getting a little bit high up. Might be getting too aggressive. Oh, wow.
All right.
It might have been getting too aggressive right there.
Yeah.
Real close.
And it looks like, oh, look at this. major contribution to the prize pool. K9 watching Tetris with a $222 contribution to bring us up to over $400. My goodness, keep it coming.
One of the goats of the community here. K9, your donations over the years in this community have been absolutely unbelievable. We are truly grateful for everything that you've given to us and been able to give to these players. Thank you so much, K9.
I just got to know what the guy does for a living to be able to contribute this much, you know? Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I know. We're just grateful. K9 is the GOAT.
Yeah, of course, Wallbant's like, yo, iBall, you're playing too good.
Hey, the eyes have it. Okay, 91,000-point lead for iBall, 591 to 500. And Wallbant right now has transition, but 615 transition for iBall here.
Yeah, very hot game there. Certainly, you get that first digit's a 6. Generally, you're in pretty good shape here.
Get bottom row, we have 622 for Rhubarb, 586 for Tristop.
Yeah, so our players on the right side, friggin' killing it right now.
Oh, misdrop for Tristop. That shouldn't rhyme.
Yeah, I was going to say, what a rhyme, dude.
I wasn't even trying to rhyme that, but it shouldn't rhyme. Oh, I wonder if that was kind of spin that Tristop was going to try and do down there. Tristop is okay, though. That could have been really, really bad.
Oh, man. Sorry, yeah, that was a GD line if I've ever heard
I was
one.
not even going for that. That was a complete accident. Misdrop for Tristop. I never want to say that again. Tristop cleaned it up, though.
He's
Tristop cleaned it
good,
up.
Yeah. And so we're on level 21. Lots of green on the screen right now. That one was intentional. Tetris, Rhubarb. We'll go to 721.
Yeah, everybody in the chat's even getting onto that one.
Oh man, Tristop trying to stay within 70,000 points here. He's at 706 here, so it was a very hot paces all around. Wallbant about 90,000 points behind the iBall at the top.
Rhubarb still ahead by a little over a Tetris. Gets another Tetris to be able to open it back up a little bit. 74,000-point lead for Rhubarb. 809 to 737. Oh, we got a little bit of a dig situation up at the top for Wallbant, but I think Wallbant's okay. A couple burns, Wallbant was able to clean it up. 706. Behind over 100,000 points, however, to iBall. iBall now 817. Another Tetris iBall. 846 to 707. So big lead right now for iBall. We're about halfway through post-transition speeds before we get to 29.
Yeah, they're racing along here. It is. Yeah, it's just still, I mean, mostly, ooh, hold on. Wallbant, though, hang on. I was going to say mostly calm and collected, but Wallbant's board is not in the best of shape right now. He is trying to find a solution here.
Oh, there it is. There's that double. I was waiting for that to come down.
Yeah,
it's a good triple there to save it.
Yeah, there we go.
That was pretty much the only piece that would have saved that board. Wallbant very fortunate. Still doing, we got a dig situation for iBall now. iBall is in deep trouble. Got to go all the way over. Get the bar down in 8. Column 8 has the bar. Now we got another dependency for him. Get the T over. Come on. Burn. That's a couple good pieces. Put the bar right down the center. I think iBall's going to be okay. Rotation. Right as I said that, missed the rotation. Opened it back up, and there's that Tetris for iBall. 905.
And meanwhile, Rhubarb tops out at the bottom. It is Tristop taking game number 1.
Okay, top row, we have 909 to 865. Little over a Tetris advantage right now for iBall. Both players are clean back up. Getting ready to go to 29 real soon here.
Yeah, so they're raising
Tetris for iBall. There we go. Tetris for Wallbant. 937 to 950. Separated by only 12,000 points. Yeah, and both players are really close in lines right here.
Yeah, before they get to 29, let's get these guys in the bottom counted down. In a 3, 2, 1, Tetris. As we enter 29 at the top.
This is not a clean board right now. Not a clean board for Wallbant. Wallbant hangs the O and tops out. iBall takes it down.
Man, somebody beat you to the punch, man. It is iBall taking game number 1.
And look, iBall's just flexing right here, showing that I had you anyway. Sending a message to Wallbant with this 29 right here. Look at this. Seriously, there's another Tetris.
Sorry, I'm still laughing at that. First, whoever that was in the audience.
Honestly, iBall is just absolutely lighting it up like a match right here.
Yeah, without question. I mean, that was some clutch survival he had, too, at like level 25, 26, whatever that was, but he was able to narrowly survive. That was That was clutch. That could have been a very different story had he not gotten out of that.
Now, this is complete intimidation tactics right here, let me tell you.
Yeah, no doubt. Right now, we are underway at the bottom here. It is game number 2. It is Tristop with the 1-0 lead. As it is currently a neck-and-neck affair between the two. They are just trading this lead back and forth through the first 25 lines.
Everybody's clean, luckily, here. Couple tucks needed. Oh, actually, 2 different tucks are going to be needed down for Tristop. Could potentially get a spin or a tuck of a J.
Yeah, he'll settle for the S-spin because that was the piece of game first. Finally, bar shows there's the Tetris that he will bring this to within 4,000 points here.
Couple more good tucks. Pretty neck and neck right now. Nobody really has a huge line lead on the bottom. Still trying to get a good setup here. Tristop's getting a little bit high, getting droughted right now. 22-piece drought. Finally going to get the bar and going to score. Simul Tetris actually on the bottom. 181 to 173. Another Simul Tetris on the bottom as well, too. Pretty much exactly what we want to see. Neck and neck right now.
Yeah, it is.
All right, our players on the top ready?
Yeah, so they're getting ready up at the top. You want the bottom, and this lead's still being traded.
Oh, look at the little rap going in the chat there. Misdrop for Tristop, uses mop to clean up the misdrop, and Tristop won't stop. I can't even get a rhythm on that. I'm not even going to try.
Oh, my God.
Okay, a couple good tucks setting up now. Still pretty neck and neck on the bottom.
All right, they're going to go up at the top. They're waving us down. So let's count them down. Game number 2. They're going to continue on in 3, 2, 1. Tetris.
Still getting a couple good tucks here. Still neck and neck on the bottom. Oh, nice spin right there for Rhubarb to keep the board clean. 11,000 point lead for Tristop, and a Tetris or Rhubarb to take the lead. Tetris or Tristop to take it right back. There we go. Tristop with another one. Tristop now ahead by a little over a Tetris. 34,000 point lead, Tristop.
Yeah, now it is starting to shift a little bit. Lead no longer changing hands, rather just Tristop hanging on to it. And right now, again, the top match is just getting underway. So far, so good there. And, again, that was just a crazy finish to game 1. Wallbant was looking like maybe it was going to be all right. Maybe it was going to start trying to chase down as we started going on level 29. But unfortunately, they just had a couple misdrops. It just got out of hand so quick. And, it didn't happen.
All it takes is one mistake at these speeds. And honestly, for most players, even a mistake at 19 sometimes could spell disaster. But that's the thing, and that's the pure thing about classic Tetris as opposed to playing Tetris that's maybe more modern. Whether it's Tetris the Grandmaster or playing modern Tetris Effect Connected, sometimes you have a lot more leeway when you move the pieces in those and then hold pieces, try to stack them, and especially when you have different RNG, so you're never going to run into droughts more than 14 pieces. With classic Tetris, the big thing is RNG, you never know what you're going to get. You can go 50, 60, even 70-piece droughts sometimes, and the pieces drop down like magnets. You make any mistake at any time, it is just completely unforgiving. And that's what makes it so pure for the players that can play at this level.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, that's what makes it, a challenge, right? There's a lot of different things. This is very bare bones, right? It's a bare bones form of Tetris. Right? And right now, it's a pretty, I don't have a good segue for this, but Tristop at 564, 582 the score for Rhubarb as we are approaching the 19 transition.
Really close right now. Both players only a couple Tetrises away before we increase the speeds by about 50% going to level 19. Good tuck there for Rhubarb. Rhubarb behind now by a little over a Tetris. However, Rhubarb's going to get another Tetris, goes to 600 and still has one more to give. Yeah. There we go. Tetris, Rhubarb. Rhubarb transition 624, but we have 634 right now for Tristop. So Tristop still maintains the lead despite the 600,000 transition we have from Rhubarb. Interesting setup right there. Tristop ended up going far left. Actually had an adjustment set up to try and tuck that J before the long bar came to be able to get ready. Not going to cost that much, luckily, though. But the board health is still pretty good with Tristop. Tristop now only ahead by 7,000. Did end up giving one of those Tetrises back.
Yeah, now he's
couple
just trying
burns.
to find his way.
That was turning into a dig situation now for Tristop. Nice long bar flat there. Oh, that was good move right there from Tristop.
Yeah, very nicely done.
Gets a
there we go.
triple,
There's
followed by the Tetris. That's another thing what Tristop did right there. You'd be amazed how many players in a situation like that just try to stay maximum aggression. They feel like triples are just the enemy. Sometimes taking a triple, while it doesn't give you nearly the points as a Tetris, might actually be the best thing for your board health. Many players, you'd be honestly amazed, even elite players, they look at triples like the plague.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, yeah, that's kind of a trap that people could fall into, but not Tristop.
Knows exactly what to do to be able to keep. Oh, Rhubarb! Rhubarb's in trouble! Uh-oh, come
boy.
on. No, it's oh, no!
Not going to survive. It is Tristop taking the 2-0 lead.
Tristop wants to be at the top today. I'm feeling this.
Yeah, absolutely. So he's just one win away from advancing to the top 8. So they'll get set to go for game 3 on the bottom. Meanwhile, at the top, it is about a 2 Tetris advantage here for iBall. Make that a 1 Tetris advantage as Wallbant takes one right there. So it is pretty close game here as we're starting to approach the transition. About 35 lines left. And it looks like they are good at the bottom, GD. So why don't you go ahead and count them down for game number 3.
Let's get it, because game number 3 is breaking free. And let's count it down in 3, 2, 1. Tetris! Top row right now, we just got started back on the bottom. On the top, Wallbant 475, 476 iBall. Both players separated by only 1 line, so we are at a complete dead heat between these players as far as pace goes. Look at their Tetris rate, 79 to 79, so it really is dead even.
Yeah, no kidding. With just 20 lines left to transition, this, almost got to like dare each other a bit, right? To go more aggressive and make a major mistake because of it.
Oh, that was a rough O that came down there for Wallbant. Wallbant does take a few burns to get it back down, but that's another interesting thing right there. Sort of what I was stemming off of in the game with Tristop down below. At that point, another real key thing is to just know when a player should just go into burn it down dig mode and when a player should just start to dig but stay aggressive while digging. Right there, I just noticed that Wallbant took maybe like 5 or 6 burns to go all the way down the board, even though there could have been some aggressive Tetris setups possible. Wallbant valued board safety over all else, and because of that, Wallbant's clean again, and it's still only down by about a Tetris.
Yeah, and here we go. Wallbant will get the transition. He's at 6-16. Meanwhile, iBall is just trying to hold out. Maybe get one more Tetris here, and he will. There's a long way. There's the Tetris, and he'll take the lead. 6-20, his score transition. So it's a hot game up at the top, GD.
Just what we want to see. Look at this, dead even on the bottom, 14600. You don't see that too often. Sometimes you see push-down points, but to see a complete 0 on the differential when you're 6 digits in, honestly, I don't really see that very often, what we just saw on the bottom.
Yeah, no, not super often, but sometimes.
Now, if you want to call that neck and neck, then what do we call a complete dead 0? I think neck and neck doesn't give it justice. But I can't think of a term, and I can't ad-lib a good one, so I'm not going to try.
Yeah, and of course, right now it is something about a vertebrae. Anyway, that's 156 lines here. We're at 754 for Wallbant. 748 the score for iBall, who is a few lines back.
Both players have passed the level 19 transition. Both players looking really crisp right here. Only separated by a little less than a Tetris. Honestly, there's a hole at the bottom, so actually Wallbant is not going to get a Tetris with a bar here. That might play into a factor in how Wallbant decides to burn this. Wallbant pretty much doesn't have a choice but to try and get into survival mode right here. The pieces are just not coming.
Yeah, and there we go. That J going to open things up on that right side.
Looks
it's
like,
not going to be a Tetris.
Yeah, actually, just like I said, Wallbant is going to take the conservative burn it down method. Just like I was mentioning about 30, 40 lines ago, Wallbant knows when to get conservative, when to get aggressive. And right there, not holding out for a Lombard that would have just been a triple, that actually would have made the board health much, much worse. Wallbant saw that. Wallbant handled it expertly.
Yeah, absolutely. But, of course, downside to that, though, is he's starting to fall further behind. But, oh, actually, hang on. iBall board not looking the best either. It's kind of a rough sequence here for both of our players.
Wallbant actually had a potential Lombard flat on the right side. Wouldn't have taken a burn, but have actually set up a couple pieces later. Actually, I think might be okay, though. Had a little bit of a drought. Oh, misdrop right there for iBall. Uh-oh. Careful right here. Nice burn to be able to set that bar up. Good adjustment seeing the bar coming in the window. Wallbant's not fully clean either. Wallbant's still trying to get it back down, but a much safer state right now than iBall's in. Okay, wise move not making the dependency.
That was a nice flat burn there from iBall.
Okay, I think iBall's going to be okay. But nevertheless, still has the lead.
Yeah, as Wallbant hasn't really been able to capitalize on all the burning because he's been burning a lot himself.
85,000-point lead still so far up on top for iBall. 907 to 821. Bottom row, we're still pretty neck and neck down there. Coming up on the 100-line turn for our players. 449 for Tristop, 406. Another Tetris make that 429 for Rhubarb. So less than a Tetris separate our players down on the bottom.
Yeah, meanwhile, we are fast approaching level 29 up at the top. 981 to 892. It is iBall with the lead.
There's a Tetris for iBall again. Gets the max out, 1.016. 896 for Wallbant. So Wallbant's behind by 6 digits right now.
Yeah, and he's really just trying to make sure his board's set up. And right now, it's probably a good thing because this game is not providing what he needs. So he's able to handle it a lot better since he's so low on the stack.
At this point, however, we are on 29 speeds. And the board is not clean right now for Wallbant. Gets a little bit of a flat going there, but these pieces are not ideal right here. Nice long bar flat. Gets it over. Wow, was that close. Uh-oh. He misses the tap over on that piece. Needs to be able to get a piece to lay it down. Okay, get it over, get it over, get it over, get it over. Still trying to get him, still trying to. Oh, not able to get that over. That's going to be it for Wallbant. 2-0 lead for iBall.
All right, so there we go. That is game number 2 in the books at the top. It is iBall, the world semifinalist, making it 2-0.
Okay, bottom row, we got 573 currently for Rhubarb, 517 for Tristop. Tristop is up 2-0 on Rhubarb.
Yeah, we're about to transition here. There we go. Tetris, Tristop, he'll go 541 at transition. Rhubarb already with the lead and still has 3 lines left.
Yeah, I noticed Tristop is still trying to stay aggressive. That O piece that came had the ability to try and build a different kind of well and do a couple safety burns, but instead is still pushing all the pieces up and trying to stay max aggression on Rhubarb. It's a little bit of a different style than we were seeing from Wallbant up on the top. Tristop is really trying to just end this right now. Couple good pieces coming right now for Tristop. Tristop 644, Rhubarb 699.
All right, and our players up top already, so we're going to go ahead and count him down. Game number 3, here we go. 3, a 2, 1, a Tetris up top.
.2-0 lead for iBall up on the top, so both the top and the bottom are on match point right now. Tristop on match point against Rhubarb, iBall on match point against Wallbant. Is iBall the Joe Burrow of Tetris? Look at the chat.
Oh, my word. I was like, who's Joe Burrow?
hey, some people in the chat didn't know who Jared Goff was. They saw when I made that comment earlier.
That's true, yeah. Well, I mean, but that's more forgivable, I think.
It's all good.
Yeah. Oh, my word.
But here's the thing. Calling him the Joe Burrow of Tetris means he's one of the most elite aggressive players in the entire community. So it's actually not an insult. That's a good thing.
Yeah, it's actually pretty accurate, yeah. But in the meantime, we're neck and neck at the bottom here. It is a 2,000-point difference. Rhubarb does have the lead and is behind in the line count, too. So he's got more room to work with here, G, should he be able to take advantage of the extra lines in hand.
It's going to be close here, however. Both players are clean. But another Tetris for Rhubarb, 862, Tristop 917. We are separated by 7 lines, so that pace-wise, that could be about 60,000 points worth. So actually, looking at Tetris rates, Rhubarb has a 72 rate against a 71 rate. So Rhubarb has a very slight pace edge over Tristop, going into the final 3 levels of post-transition play for get to 29.
Yeah, and it is really coming down to it. Timel Tetris, we're at 959 to 984. Max out for Tristop.
Rhubarb's almost there. Rhubarb's still getting those pieces going. Not getting a bar yet, but the board is clean. There's a bar for Rhubarb.
Man.
Not able to use that one, but is able to use the helping pieces after that. Max out for Rhubarb, 1.027. We are at 1.051 for Tristop. Okay, Tristop taking a good safety triple there and gets a Tetris, 1.097. Still has a sizable lead, 67,000. Make that 100,000 with another Tetris. Tristop, 1.131. Still has one more Tetris before we go to 29.
Yeah, here we go. And, of course, Rhubarb still has another 10 lines to go, so could make up most of this deficit here.
Oh, actually, Tristop transition against the Tetris. That was a really dangerous height for a transition going into 29 for Tristop, but did manage to save it. Got a couple dependencies forming right now for Tristop. Not what Tristop wants. Takes a few good burns to fix it, though. 68. Oh, that's a real high board. Rhubarb's going. Oh, Rhubarb flips. That misflip is going to cost Rhubarb. And 1.188. Tristop is on top, going on to the top 8.
Nice. Man, that's just so brutal, though, for Rhubarb. I mean, had a really good chance. I mean, it was neck and neck. Had a really good chance to eliminate most of that deficit, and did, but then just that one early extra rotation, that'll do it sometimes.
That's all it takes, one flip. And that's what I said about the purity of this game. There is no room for error on Classic when you make a mistake like that.
All right, and there we go. We'll focus in on our Canadian battle, but in the meantime, coming up next, if we could get on the main stage here, if we could get Fractal and Hydrant Dude.
Fractal and Hydrant.
Thanks, Bidwell. So there we go. There's Tristop advancing the next round. And right now, got ourselves a game here. Wallbant and iBall. Wallbant looking to stay alive here, keep the party going. iBall looking to close this out and make his way to the top 8. Excuse me, this is top 16.
If we ever get a regional where this is top 32 with players like this, I don't know what dimension we're living in.
Yeah, I don't know what we'll do. I mean, because it will happen eventually.
But then again, I mean, in some of the early regionals you had here, there were some top 4s and even finals that weren't the quality of this. So you never know.
Yeah.
You seriously never know.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I fully believe that will happen someday.
434 now for iBall, 417 for Wallbant. Match point for iBall, so iBall will advance with another win here.
Yeah, so right, because we got, well, I didn't say this, but we got about 25 lines left to go to the transition here. And it is iBall just doing everything he can to hang on to the lead. He's got about a 3/4 of a Tetris lead right now, and we'll add a Tetris to add to that.
Still a couple good spins and rotations here. iBall still killing very clean. There's another 2 burns. iBall still ready. 19,000 point lead currently over Wallbant. Tetris for iBall. 42,000 point lead. Now here's another long bar coming. iBall's going to keep padding this lead. The bar is not coming right now for Wallbant. Wallbant's finally going to get it though. And unfortunately, Wallbant will not be able to use this next bar in the seed sequence. So that's going to gain a net Tetris for iBall in the lead overall.
Yeah, definitely. And then if you're iBall, that's what you want. You want to close this out. So that's exactly the kind of pace you're looking for.
Oh, misdrop for Wallbant.
Oh, uh-oh.
This could be dangerous. This could be really dangerous. Uh-oh.
Oh,
come
boy.
on. This could be.
Oh, that's not a good placement.
That's going to be it. It is an SWEEP sweep for iBall onto the top 8. The eyes have it, baby.